Hamas in Israel continues as airstrikes continue on both sides.
Only News 4's Caroline Hecker spoke with a St. Louis woman now living in Israel as she fights to stay safe every day.
Yael Stepansky grew up here in St. Louis, going to middle school, high school, and even college. Several years after she got married and had her first child, she moved to Israel. Now her life is filled with uncertainty as she lives in the middle of a war zone. It's a familiar, devastating cycle of violence between Hamas and Israel. Israeli airstrikes topple buildings as rockets from Hamas fly from Gaza into Israel. Living amongst it all is St. Louis native Yael Stepansky.
We live with the understanding that anytime anything can happen.
Just last week, she says a red alert siren began to sound, a signal everyone needed to get to their bomb shelter and fast.
I actually heard booms like from my apartment. I thought it's like, as much as I think I can tell you like it's part of life, but the second that it happens, I just like, what is going on? You just cannot believe that this is accepted.
Stepansky has lived with her family in Israel for 12 years. She initially lived closer to the Gaza Strip, but moved to Jerusalem to get away from the unrest.
It takes 45 seconds for the missiles to reach Jerusalem, which is why we have the longest time in case of a red alert.
She says the ongoing conflict isn't what most people want and wants to see it stop, but knows that's no easy feat.
I go to school with Arabs. I am in a university in Jerusalem. I have fellows in my class who are Arabs, Muslims, and we want to coexist.
Yael says the majority of people on both sides of the conflict want peace, and while it's certainly been challenging raising her children in Israel, she does not regret her move from the U.S. In St. Louis County, Caroline Hecker, News 4.